was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. They're led out by the southpaw Tua Tagovailoa in his third season now out of the University of Alabama.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
On first down, Tagovailoa. And his throw is incomplete. The Chargers coming in looking for win number 7 on the year. They were losers their last time out, trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Tua on 4th down. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. Charles, their first drive of the game, and already they're taking chances here, but they get the 4th down conversion. I'm curious, do you think that that's something they game planned for on the opening drive if it came up, or is that something that happened organically?
I think that they game.
The ball comes out.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are, and now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Akers. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. The second down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. 3rd down and goal. This Denver defense trying to hold up for one more play. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers are an extra point away from drawing level. The extra point by Bass, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me.
Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First down, here's Mitchell. And some room to roam now. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 4 6 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. So from Charger territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. Pickett to throw on 1st down. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
1st and 10, here's Pickett. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Pickett back to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. The Charger D making things difficult, and it's 4th down. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Chargers getting set to go. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
We'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Ready.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. The toss here completed to Pittman. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
And that's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the 1st down.
Let's go.
Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. The throw for Tony is intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And the Broncos will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Devondre Campbell, the one who fought his way in there to make the play. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Pickett. That's caught. It's Bryan Edwards. On the move past the 40. Down the left sideline. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Pickett now on 1st down. Blitz coming and down he goes. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. This will be caught. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Broncos. Deebo Samuel, a 20-yard touchdown. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception. From his end zone, here's Tremon Smith. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field.
Well, Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards to pick up there. 1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And he will have a first down as they're into field goal range now at the 30. Now Tua. The throw for Tony is intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And the Broncos will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. 2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And yeah, I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. On the draw, here's Mitchell. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. And this will be caught by Edwards. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Here's Pickett on 2nd down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 23 yards to pick up there. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he'll just get rid of it.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
And his kick is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they'll have time for 1 play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Only 2 quarters of football left in the regular season. Everybody's excited to get to the playoffs, so excited that we're just going to skip right over halftime and get back to the action. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Chargers getting ready to go here to start this 3rd quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Looking to throw again on second down.
Tua delivering another one here to Darren Waller. He's got it again. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver. You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Tua sets up to pass it. He finds Watson complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Looking to pass. Tua. And complete once again to Watson. And he's going to be right down just inside the 35. Tua setting up shop to throw again. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Broncos will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. They run over center with Mitchell. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down.
Gregory Rousseau with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
Here's Matt Hawk now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd.
Here's Smith to return it.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field as this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Off the play fake, here's Pickett.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Deebo Samuel with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Pickett will try to throw for this.
And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back at 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. To try again after the sack. Tua. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
This is where the mile-high air really starts to affect an opposing offense. Guys moving a bit slowly here. It's third and long.
He completes it to Beckham. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. Tua now on first down. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Rashaan Evans. And the Broncos are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts. Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
Once again, it's Mitchell.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Pickett.
Over the middle, complete. It's Edwards.
And he will have a Broncos first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory. I tell you what, I can't